What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Anyway, today is an article that I'm reading. It's from ABC News. It's not Fox, ABC. And as I was looking through news for my video, it's news is kind of boring today, at least in some of the mainstream stuff, and there's not really a whole lot to talk about at the moment. But the federal government, aka you, the taxpayer, is paying 154,000 people to not work. And again, this isn't Fox, this is ABC. The federal government is paying more than 154,000 federal employees not to work as part of the Deferred Resignation Program, an administration official confirmed to ABC News. 154,000 people to not work. See what we're paying for? We're paying for people to not work. If I was forced to resign from my job, they wouldn't just, oh, hey, we'll give you some money. We'll give you some money to resign. And the updated figure, first reported by the Washington Post, another left-leaning organization, includes thousands of government workers across dozens of agencies who took the buyout offer through June to maintain benefits and pay until the end of the fiscal year on September 30th. So that's finally going to be over soon. That'll be nice. We don't have to worry about paying for that anymore. I mean, like, seriously, you're getting offered pay to leave, but yet they still left. They still took that. Probably because they were going to get fired either way. So it's like either take it and go, or just go. But it represents just over 6% of the 2.3 million federal civilian workforce. To the critics, the program has been administered haphazardly, throwing the government offices into chaos and disrupting federal workers and programs indiscriminately, and prompting a number of legal fights between the federal unions and the government of all and of all its taxpayers' expenses. You know, when you're unnecessary, it's time for you to go. I mean, yeah, I get it. These people had families. Some of these people were possibly good people, but have you ever been laid off from a job? I'm sure there's good people that get laid off from work all the time. The federal government's no different. Just because you got a federal government job doesn't mean you're untouchable, and you can't, if the job becomes unnecessary or wasteful, or we could pay one person to do the job of five, why not let those other four people go? Why keep them? Why? It's just like any other job. It's a business. And that doesn't guarantee you, like I said, it doesn't guarantee you always having that position. Like, it's, if you're running a company and something comes up where you've got one person that can do the job of two or three, let the other one or two go. I mean, it's pretty simple. But yet, they're still getting paid to do this. The American taxpayer ultimately is not only watching federal employees who are deeply interested in serving the public be sidelined, they're having to pay for them too. See, we're having to pay for them too. And I don't really care if they're have a deep interest in serving the public. That doesn't necessarily mean their job is necessary. There's other ways they can do that. They can go get a job doing something else, or start a nonprofit, or start something. Just because they want to serve the community doesn't necessarily mean they have to be in a federal public office, because, and now we're paying for them, and we, the taxpayers, decided we want to cut some of the wasteful spending and unnecessary garbage from from the government. And not that these people are garbage. I'm not calling the people garbage like the Democrats called the Trump supporters. It's not the people, it's the stuff that they're doing. It's unnecessary waste that we could, like I said, we could pay one person to do those jobs, to do the jobs of all those people. It makes no sense at all. Max Steter, the president and CEO of the Partnership for Public Service, told ABC News, "They've done ready, fire, aim instead of ready, aim, fire. It's detrimental to the capacity of our government to meet our needs." The government to meet our needs. How about the taxpayers are meeting the taxpayers' needs? How about that? We decided that it's not about what the government needs, it's about what the people need. We're trying to lessen the government. We don't need more government, we need less government. To its proponents, the program has been an innovative way to streamline the federal government to focus on set priorities and recoup the long-term cost savings after this fiscal year. Yeah. See, it's a way to streamline the federal government. We don't need to more. We need to streamline it. We need to, you guys are worried about all this debt and all this money and all that, but we got no way to pay off this debt because all of our tax dollars are going to pay millions and millions and millions of unnecessary garbage in the government. And to go overseas and to go, it's nonsense. This is a good thing that we're eliminating some of this waste. I feel for the people because some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them did nothing wrong. They were just trying to do their jobs and their job became unavailable to them. It's just like any corporation. Companies do this all the time. They mass layoffs or they're laying people off because of they're either streamlining or they're cutting costs or it happens all the time. Again, federal government is no different than a big corporation, especially when it comes to spending. We need to cut our spending, not spend more. And sometimes you gotta cut payroll. It's unfortunate. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm just saying sometimes you gotta cut your payroll in order to save your cost. I'm not against job loss. I'm not against any of that. I'm just saying legitimately sometimes you got to make the hard decisions, and sometimes those hard decisions are you got to cut payroll. Plain and simple. Sometimes you got to I've been part of the payroll cuts. I've been part of the layoffs before. But I didn't get no severance pay or whatever it is they're offering. I didn't get that. Okay, reading on. Ultimately, the deferred resignation program is not only legal, it provides over 150,000 civil servants a dignified and generous departure from the federal government. Office of Personnel Management spokeswoman McLaurin Pinover told ABC News. It also delivered incredible relief to the American taxpayer. Isn't that who's supposed to be running the government anyway? The American taxpayer? It also delivered incredible relief to the American taxpayer. No previous administration has gotten even close to saving American taxpayers this amount of money in such a short amount of time. No previous administration has gotten even close to saving American taxpayers this amount of money in such a short amount of time. Damn it, Trump. How dare you? How dare you save us money? Former President Bill Clinton led an effort to reduce the federal workforce by more than 300,000 jobs, an initiative that took several years with congressional support. 300,000 jobs. I bet he didn't offer them any money. And it took several years, where this administration has done it in a matter of months. Damn it, Trump. How dare you save us money? The Office of Personnel Management could not tell ABC News how much government is spending on salaries and benefits for workers who have not been working and are resigning, and how much the government has spent defending the buyouts in court. In a report released Thursday, Senate Democrats estimated that the government has spent billions on workers who are on leave by choice or involuntary due to litigation, and that the entire Department of Government Efficiency cost-saving campaign led by Elon Musk has cost the government $21.7 billion because of mistakes and waste. I think they mispronounced the word saved and added in their cost. Of course, it's the Democrat. Of course, that's what the Democrat leaders are going to say. The Senate Democrats estimate that the government has spent billions on workers who are on leave by choice or involuntary due to litigation. Why are we paying them if they choose to leave? Have spent billions on workers who are on leave. Of course, let's quit paying them then. I mean, I agree with you, Democrats. Let's quit paying them. And they say the Doge has cost the government $21.7 billion because of mistakes and waste. I beg to differ on that one. The $21.7 billion figure provided by the Democrats is an estimate that might include figures disputed by the administration. It also includes an estimate for 200,000 employees in the buyout program when the actual figure is 154,000. And that's the article. But like I said, Democrats are making stuff up. You can see even this article it's kind of goes both ways. It's like a business. You got to run it like a business. You know, when you're spending so much money and you've got to find ways to cut costs, you know, everybody keeps complaining about the national debt. This is going to grow our debt by this much. This is going to grow our debt by this much. And the only way to do that is to cut costs. The only way to take care of that is to cut costs. And where are we going to cut costs? Where else do you recommend we cut costs? I mean, we could defund the police and, you know, not give them their money. And then we have stuff like Cincinnati that, you know, we have no police force out when a big old brawl in Cincinnati takes place. We can allow people to walk into big high-rise buildings where major corporations are at, undetected, carrying an AR-15, undetected, walking in there with, you know, no security, no police on hand. You know, we could always take their money away and make it even easier for criminals to criminal. Or we can make the hard decisions and cut some payroll. You know, with this day and age, so many people are starting their own side hustles and their own businesses and stock market. Most of these people are probably fairly well off anyway. Most of them. I mean, I wouldn't say fairly well off, but they've got ins on other positions, I'm sure. You know, with their resume, I'm sure it wouldn't take them long to get another good job. And if they wanted to if they're passionate about helping serve the public, there's other public jobs they can do. You want to serve the public? Go be a police officer. Go be a firefighter. Hey, there you go. There's a public servant job. Because government is not a public servant job. Not anymore. It's supposed to be, but it's not. But anyway, 154 plus thousand people are getting paid to do nothing. Man, wouldn't that be nice? But anyway, and again, I feel for those people. I'm not trying to knock on a vast majority of those people. We're probably good people just trying to earn a living for their families. I get it, and I feel, and I do feel for you. I'm not trying to pick on you personally. I'm just, it's the position, it's the job, we're trying to streamline the government. We're trying to focus on, cutting costs. These are business decisions. And if you're the owner of a business, you know how you kind of know what I'm talking about here. It's cost cutting. And here at the end of next month, end of September, we're gonna be. They're gonna be out the severance pay that they've been getting for the past few months. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. It's not Fox News for those that leave comments that all you gotta do is Fox News. How can you do Fox News? Fox News. You're just brainwashed by Fox News. Well, I'm not brainwashed by Fox News. This is ABC. Anyway, enough of that rambling. I'm just trying to look for some better news articles, but this is all I could find. I mean, it's not all I could find. The news is just boring today. But anyway, again, do the YouTube stuff. I'm trying to hit 8,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Still got a ways to go. It's August 1st as of this recording, and so I still got a few months. Still got a little ways to go, but we're getting there. I think we'll get there. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. See you in the next one.